What you would say, Mel?
I say this. This is what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody saw Cleveland coming, and
not like this.
Not like this.
Ooh.
and they're still keeping it going, right? So that's gonna be really dope, right? That's real dope. But this MVP discussion,
it's about to make me mad.
I don't think there is a discussion, but that's me.
Well, they just came out with a new ranking for MVP. Like SGA had been leading all year. Jokic is on top.
Huh?
You think so?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, let me play this soundbite and then we get into this MVP discussion. Then.
All right, let's do it.
It's not to diminish SGA's case. It's to say that it is a factor, and I believe it's why he's good. If you're in a tie and you're both sitting on something has to knock one guy over, and that's the thing I think that it's going to be. If you can make, we both made cases for both.
Statistically, I can hear what you're saying. Voter fatigue, I get it. I'm not arguing that. I didn't argue that when we had this conversation last time. Record. But you talk about the Thunder have a better record than the Nuggets.
And that's going to push him over too.
SGA has broken a record of being as effective as he is in under 40 minutes of play. You talked about the plus minus when it comes to SGA and everything and everybody else on his team. Those are all factors that have nothing to do with voter fatigue and everything to do with the MVP.
I understand, but I can make like I just did. I can make the same argument for Jokic. So if they're pretty close, something's going to tip one or the other.
Would you say the Denver Nuggets, though, roster for roster, when you compare them to the Oklahoma City, would you say that they're better?
No,
here's the question.
Because of Jokic, they're not better.
Both these guys off of each one of their teams.
Yeah, the Nuggets are worse.
Okay.
The Nuggets are clearly worse.
The Nuggets are worse.
The Nuggets are clearly
than OKC.
Worse. If you take Jokic off and you take SGA off, the Nuggets are clearly worse.
With Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, Aaron Gordon. I mean, we're all talking about champions. Remember, we're talking, outside of Westbrook.
Go look at the numbers when he's not playing.
I'm not saying that he's not the most effective player on the floor. I'm saying when you look at this roster with the talent, this is not a playoff team in the Western Conference without Jokic. I'm not saying a high playoff team.
I don't know if it's a playoff team. I'm saying OKC, take SGA off, OKC's better.
Which one is a playoff team? Out there. You think that this team without SGA,
you're not even seeing
is a top six seed?
I don't know. Maybe OKC is 10th and Denver's 12th. OKC's better than Denver. Nikola Jokic means more to his team than any single player in the league right now. That's what I would say. But again, SGA, you just made a good case. I was actually halfway through. I was like, God, SGA is probably going to win.
Hey, so Bruce, what's the argument for Jokic being the MVP?
It's not. I'm SGA.
Oh, I thought you said Jokic.
No.
Is anybody in here pro Jokic for MVP?
So quick question.
No.
Quick question. I just went through this whole MVP thing in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that I understand what the MVP is in basketball. Is it the best player or is it the most valuable? Because what was said at the end of that clip is kind of real, that Jokic is probably the most valuable player to his team in the entire league.
I disagree, though.
Okay.
Because I guess mine is simple. And I think once you start digging deep down in the crate, trying to find value with advanced analytics, and then you got to talk about, what about when he's off the floor? First of all, what superstar is off the floor that much? They're all playing about 35 to 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? So like what's the sample size of measuring what the team does when they're off the floor? And why do we value your team falling apart without you? You get what I'm saying? Like if I lead my household, it is my job to make sure it can still operate in my absence. If I have a temporary absence, when I used to go out to sea for 6 months, my household did not fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You have to have stuff in place for a team to operate at a high level, whether you're there or not. You're not a good leader or a good manager if your team falls apart.
That's organizational right there.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but you can't brag about a player and say, "Oh man, he's got to be the MVP." Because did you see how his team fell apart when he went to the bench? That's not supposed to happen. That's an indictment, not a flex.
Fair,
right? That's my thing. Yeah. So as far as value, it's two ends of the court. Can you show me where you're valuable at offensively, and can you show me where you're valuable at defensively?
Simply,
it's impossible for a player that's valuable on offense only and a liability on defense to be more valuable than a player that's valuable on both ends of the floor.
I would agree with that.
Fair. I don't think anybody would have an argument for that watch basketball and understand that defense is 50% of the game.
That doesn't mean anything anymore. What are we talking about?
It doesn't. It really doesn't, and that's so sad to me because
I agree.
And this is not a bash Joker thing because I think he's an incredible player. Mel made a valid point. I think it was maybe on the last show. There aren't too many better third options in the league than Michael Porter Jr. though.
Okay,
like it's a third option. I can't think of anybody that's to the level of play that does he have his flaws? Absolutely, but he's the third option. He's the third option, and he'll at least be a 2 option on half of the teams in the league. So I think that when you say if you take Joker off, and you take SGA off, that the Thunder are a better team. I didn't think they were a better team last year this time. If you would have taken it, like what makes you say that? Because of the result? But large part of the results are because they do have SGA, and having a player that great does help make the players around him look great. At least that's what the goal is. So I'm SGA, and I don't think anything has changed my mind or will change my mind for MVP this year.
Well, I'm going with LeBron James.
Hey, did you moan when you said that?
Whoa. I cleared my throat. I did not moan.
Whoa. I don't know if that's even better. Any better.
Okay, so Celtics gave this game away. I'm sorry. Jeez.
Who gave the game away?
Well, that's our show. That's our show.
So as he said, there's a bunch of better third options. I would love to know who. Just out of curiosity.
Austin Reeves might have an argument, but other than Austin Reeves, I don't. Who else?
Yeah, a bunch. I'm not saying that he absolutely is. If you have somebody that I'm not thinking of, but a bunch. I don't think there's a bunch of them.
No, I don't think so either. I want to hear this LeBron argument though for MVP. He has been playing phenomenal the last 10 games though.
And not only that,
playing really well.
He's been playing MVP first team all defense level defense.
Would you have if you had to make a top 5 MVP ladder? We know Jokic and SGA is going to be 1 and 2. You can flip-flop them depending on what your criteria is. But after that, you got Tatum, you got Mitchell, and you probably got Giannis. Do you have LeBron over any of those 3?
Ooh, that's tough.
I got them all. I got everybody you just named in the same class,
including LeBron.
So
and you got Mitchell, Tatum, and Giannis in the same class with Jokic and SGA.
No.
No. They're in SGA, and then everybody
different class.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. That's a different.
Because I was about to say heavens no.
Like that's how we coming for 2025. I'll be darned if you say that in heavens no.
Yeah, well, Tatum just wasted a 46.
Oh my goodness!
Rebound, 9 assist game.
He sure did.
And they were spanking them boys in the first half.
Yeah. Crazy. They won the first quarter and got outscored second, third, and fourth quarter.
That's insane.
And the fourth quarter was a blitz.
They better stop. I think, and I want to say, like, stop waiting to hit the switch. Don't do that if that's what you call yourself doing it.
This comment right here. There's a problem with being in playoff mode this early.
Especially when you're 40.
Especially when you're
boy. I hope he used to call it going
Mike
dark
don't
mode.
make it. Huh?
He used to call it dark mode. He better not be in dark mode now. He
might don't make it. Boy, listen, June is a long way away from here. April and May are too. Mike don't make it. That man might want to go coast with the boy with the same face as him in the game a couple times. Shout out to Bronny.
Speaking of Bronny, well, no, that's not.
Are we gonna do that?
No.
Right.
Britne,
please don't.
Oh Lord!
They just announced that Philadelphia is shutting down Joel Embiid for the season.
Oh, okay.
How you feel?
She's so used to it.
I mean,
numb to it now.
How many games he played this season?
I'm not focused on the
17.
I'm focused on the team that is good in the city.
No, you can't do that. You can't cherry pick. Are you gonna rep Philly or not, man? You supposed to be Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, Jill Scott, Philly cheesesteak, Will Smith. You gotta be all of those things.
Boys the Men.
Ain't nobody.
Boys the Men.
Music Soul Child.
Ain't nobody cherry picking. No, I'm just doing what you do from where you from. Wait a minute. I'm just doing what Mel does from where he from. We don't recognize the losers around in the city, all right? Now, when they get past the second round, then we can start having conversations. But until then, I don't know. I probably watched about 3 games this year.
What do you think? I haven't been watching much Hawks basketball either because our season is next season. Like this season don't even matter no more. But what do you think they do this offseason? What is his contract looking like?
They extended it.
Yes. He's making over $50 million a year for the next 3 years.
My understanding is now I don't know if this was true. I heard it. I think they said on ESPN. It probably was just an opinion thing. I'm not sure, but it's a possibility that the owner didn't want this, and Daryl Morey did it. So
that sounds.
How could that happen? No, the owner has to sign off on it. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I don't know how true. Well, not that he did. He wasn't sure about it. He wasn't sure if it was the right move. But I mean, we'll see. Look, the talent in the player, fantastic. The talent in the player is fantastic, right? The skill is fantastic. I don't care how you feel about Joel Hines and Embiid. Like, I don't care how you feel. When he's healthy, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, big man in the game, skill wise, right?
Yes,
not mad at that at all.
But he can't stay healthy, and that's the key. Man. You can't, and he has some of the freakiest injuries I've like. How many times do you break your face? How do you break your face? I didn't like.
He was following
palsy. It was crazy.
He catch Bose, I guess.
That man had Bell's palsy in the middle of the season. Like, what?
Oh yeah, Bell's palsy. What I said, cerebral palsy. Lord have mercy.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, he would not be hooping with.
Yeah, he wouldn't be hooping.
He'll miss a little bit more than the rest of the season.
Yeah,
you can play football with cerebral palsy, can't you?
No.
You can't even walk half of the time.
Yeah, you can't walk right with it. I got an uncle who has that.
There's different levels of cerebral palsy.
That's true too.
There are more functional people who do have cerebral palsy.
That's true.
But anyway,
I think Antonio Brown got it.
I don't know, not one.
Nah, he got something else.
No, he got something else.
He got brain palsy.
He just disrespected and offended everybody with cerebral. You need to apologize for saying that one.
No, so palsy is a thing by itself. Think about it. You got like Bell's palsy, like it.
There's a bunch of different palsies.
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys something. How many people have you guys ever met even had Bell's palsy?
I knew a dude named. Hey, what's that? It was a dude named Palsy that lived in Harrison Home. Jay, what was his name? The dude that used to turn himself in on the weekend. He had like a 30-day jail sentence, but he only did it on the weekend. And his baby mama used to drop him off. What was his name? Wasn't his name Palsy?
Man, no, his name was Paul.
Hey yo.
You for that
had a list. Did that man call that man?
So they start calling him Palsy. Palsy. He had a list.
I ain't never seen nobody get dropped off on Friday night for jail. Picked up on Sunday night, man, so he can go to work.
Oh my goodness.
That's the thing they do in North Carolina. Yeah. But
I think the only thing the Sixers could do is tank. I hate tanking, but I mean, what else you going to do? Because what else you going to do?
Trust the process.
If you get above the top 6 pick, it's gone. You got to trade that. So you got it's top 6 protected. Like, what else you going to do? If not, just shut everybody down and just wait till next season. See if anybody could be healthy.
How many times you gonna do that though, Britne?
Yeah, with him before maybe cutting your losses and seeing what you could
contracts. You got guaranteed contracts in the NBA. You're stuck right now. You're stuck.
This ain't football. Yeah, no.
Ain't football.
I mean, Daryl Morey need to go because he paid Paul George, bad move. Extended Joel Embiid, bad move. Embiid is about to make $59 million next year, $64 million the year after that, and $69 million the year after that on a player option. Like, if I got a player option for $69 million,
and I can't stay healthy either. I'm
chilling collecting my dough. Like, these are terrible, terrible contracts.
Yeah, they said,
why is the PG-13 experience not working?
Because he can't stay healthy either.
Yeah, and why everybody saying that the PG stands for parental guidance, and you need to watch his games with a parent because his ass.
Oh. Oh,
it is.
I don't even.
That man said he's stepping away from the pod to focus on who.
I heard that, and then he had like 20. The game that he decided.
Yeah, I feel about that.
Oh man.
I don't think any player should have a podcast while the season is going.
So
say it again.
I don't think any player that's actively in the NBA should have a podcast during the season.
Facts, but why you feel the need to announce it? That's my problem.
Yeah, just stop doing it.
No, but I used to feel that way, Mel. But now that I look at it, right, one, these dudes that have podcasts, they're getting paid a lot of money to do those pods, right? And so I know you're a guy who always says, these guys should get their money, right? So one, they're getting paid a lot of money, well compensated for doing these pods. Two, they're not like the rest of us who got to cut B-roll and do layouts, layovers and not layover overlays, do overlays and prep topics and all that. They have stuff, right? They got producers and whole teams to set all this up. All they got to do is agree on the topics and then sit down and do it when it comes time. So for them doing a pod is not nearly as time consuming as it is for us, smaller independent creators. So like, I used to think that way, but now I'm like,
well, it's still a distraction though. We got to go back to the standard. We just got finished talking about Kobe and Mike. We got to go back to the standard. Would Kobe and Mike have a podcast during the season?
No, but there were a lot less distractions back then though, especially during Mike's era.
I'm just saying, right now, if Mike and Kobe was playing, what we know about them, would they start a podcast and come on and talk? I mean, they're talking about stuff that, like they had such a competitive nature about them that they wanted every competitive edge and advantage, right? Yeah. You don't come on the podcast and talk like Draymond Green will come on the podcast and talk about Jordan Poole after they just played the Wizards.
Yeah, that was
weird.
Yeah. That was weird. But look, but Mel though, like if you have that competitive mindset, there's nothing that's going to block you no matter what. They talk about Jordan staying out all night, partying, gambling, whatever, and then right back in the gym at 06, right? Getting his workout in. They'll tell you about Magic having shorties waiting in the locker room at halftime, getting it in, then going back out after the half and destroying people.
Oh, hold on. Well, Pontang is Pontang. I mean,
I'm just making the example that you can still be great with distractions.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, like you got to have clickable stuff for your podcast. So it behoove Draymond Green to be like, oh, the Big O said something about me. I have to say something on my podcast for clicks. So now you go out there on your podcast and insult Oscar Robertson.
Yeah.
Jordan or Kobe would never have insulted someone that came before him, especially not Oscar.
But we can't even, there's no point in even comparing Draymond.
I don't think he insulted Kobe, though. I don't think he insulted him.
He definitely insulted him. He insulted him by talking back.
Correct. But again,
if I ask my son to do something, he can go and do it. But if he's not moving fast enough, you just insulted me. I take that as because I'm not smart. I just took offense to that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The man made an excellent point. Maybe he shouldn't have said it, but he wasn't wrong.
Go ahead.
Wait. Who wasn't wrong? And who wasn't wrong in what, Jay?
I know where you're going. Go ahead, Jay.
Draymond said, look, man, this man live in Ohio and he's 86. He's not watching our games at night. And he not.
But okay, but there's replays the next morning, so that's just dumb. He's 86. Man. He's not working, right? So I'm sure he's watching the replays.
Have you listened? No one's watching the product.
Drop 86 on Draymond right now.
Man, you crazy. Draymond to get Oscar work right now. Anytime before now, I give it to Oscar. But right now, Oscar in bed.
Oscar up. Y'all act like
Oscar in the chat right now. What you talking about?
Matter of fact, we'll take one call if it's Oscar.
Oscar, show yourself. I know you in the chat. I know you watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar, I appreciate you for tuning in, brother.
Yes, Oscar Brayboy. It ain't Oscar Robinson.
I told you I was gonna represent for you, man. Forget Planet of the Apes, Draymond. I'm on your side, Oscar.
Wow.
Show your face. Leave a comment.
But there's certain people. There's certain people that don't even have the history or the relevance to talk back to certain people. If and I ain't gonna say MJ, I'm gonna go somebody not as popular, not as high on the rung. If daggone Patrick Ewing say, hey, big man ball sucks right now.
Right.
No big man in the league should have anything to say.
Correct.
So I get what y'all saying. I get exactly what you're saying. Correct. But if a big man said, hey, man, you traveled every time you touch the ball, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong, but you still can't say it.
He's wrong.
No, you can say you just shouldn't.
You shouldn't say it. You're right. This is like you going to go tell your mom you should have breastfed me.
What?
Oh, you can't say that.
No, man.
But you're not wrong though.
Mel is wild.
No, you're not wrong. It's better to breastfeed than giving me that infant out of the can. But would you go tell your mom that?
What? Why you even? I don't know what to say here.
I don't even know.
Disrespect your elders, man.
I don't know where this is going.
I don't even know how to respond.
Believe it or not, as Melvin makes really wild analysis most of the time.
Hey,
that would actually land.
That would land for real, though. By the way, he get that water from.
Wait, what?
It says somebody please check his bottle. Where Mel get that water from?
Water bottle.
But you're not wrong though, right, Jay?
Nah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't even know. Are we gonna stay on this?
I don't know. Anyway, announcement or not, I agree with Mel. You don't need to have a podcast, especially when your team is booty cheap. So move on.
PG-13.
I mean, I agree with that too. I'm just saying, there's two ways to look at it. I don't think it's that time consuming for these dudes.
Hey, man, you said the breakfast.
Did you just put hot sauce on your hand? Or am I bugging? Is that hot? Did you just put hot sauce on your hand and then? No, I'm tripping. Go ahead, move
on. Mind your business, lady. Knows you're going to get it too.
I know it's critical.
You on this new You on this new setup and stuff where we can see everything now. You don't want equipment.
Yeah, new camera.
Right.
It's crystal
do
clear.
that from the money shot.
I knew he was going to bring it up.
I
knew he was going to bring it up.
Look at that's the wrong one. We can see what's in your nose. The other one.